Call me crazy, but as a product developer, I need a full backlog of ready to execute product ideas so I never run out. So I created this ideal workflow that you can steal to build your own product backlog. Let me show you. Roll the slides. But first, before we start, I just want to make clear, there is no such thing as the perfect idea. Ideas are farts. Everyone has them, and most of them stink like a men's bathroom on $2 chili dog night. And for those of you that have been in a men's bathroom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just keep that in mind. Now, roll the slides. So here's the ideal workflow in a nutshell. We're going to generate raw, unformed product ideas that we're going to chisel down into a refined idea, which is a ready to execute, ready to take to market product idea. Then we're going to take all the product ideas, all the refined product ideas, and prioritize them based on your preferences. Now let's talk about where raw ideas come from. So here's how I generate my raw product ideas. The first thing I do is I use what I have. So these could be finished or unfinished projects, or could be things, product ideas that I've written down in a notebook somewhere that are just collecting dust. It's time to break those out. So the second thing I look at is what I know well. Now this could be my profession. It could be my industry. It could be hobbies that I'm actively involved in, like disc golf or fantasy football. And think of this as groups of people or businesses that you know very well, that you are in the target demo for the products available in that group, and you might even be consuming some of those products. And the last thing I think about is what I'm adjacent to. So this is the same thing as what you know well, except apply it to your family or your friends or your spouse or your coworkers. These are people or businesses that you have easy access to, that you could pick up the phone right now and call up Susie, the accountant, and say, "Hey, man, tell me about all your problems, man, because I'm trying to build products over here, man." Now that I have an idea of the entities, as I'll call them, to generate raw ideas around, I start thinking about the problems that those groups or businesses have, the jobs that they're trying to accomplish in their day-to-day life, any gaps in the current product offerings that I'm aware of. Like maybe there's a particular section of that group that isn't being served well by multiple different products. And some tips for this is I use a mind map. It's just simple, just draw out your ideas on a mind map. They're very raw. That's fine right now. And set a time limit. You don't want to spend all your time generating ideas, else you'll never get to the refinement stage. And don't be afraid of thinking of existing products that you can build. And you can build your own version around that thing. And you can scratch your own itch. Like, what problems are you experiencing in the hobbies or profession, your day-to-day life, that you could potentially build a product around? Now we have a bunch of raw ideas. Now it's time to refine those ideas into something that we can actually execute on. So this is the process that I use to refine my ideas. So I first develop an elevator pitch. And this is identifying the specific problem that my product is going to address, a single specific problem. Then the solution to that problem, quite literally, like a web app that does bleh or whatever. And then identifying the specific value that my consumer is going to get after consuming my product. And this is talking about benefits and the emotional hits that people are going to experience by consuming your product. So now that I have an elevator pitch, I think about the specific shape my solution is going to take. How am I going to deliver it? Am I going to deliver it as a web app or an ebook, or maybe as a service, like a done for you service or a done with you service or whatever? And then the last thing to think about is your actual target consumer. Who specifically is going to buy and use this thing? So now that we have some raw ideas that have been refined, we can then start prioritizing those ideas to figure out what we want to work on next. So I always prioritize this by a few different means. So the first is, how easy is the idea to execute? You could prioritize them by how quickly you could get something to market, by the potential profit that this product may offer. Maybe it's a pretty lucrative product and a lucrative market that you think would have good potential. By familiarity with the actual product and the problem that it's trying to solve and the groups or businesses that it's targeting. Or by simply your ability. What are your skills? What are you interested in? What's going to keep you engaged for long enough to get a product off the ground? So there's various different ways that you can prioritize these, but now is the time to do it so that you know exactly what product you're going to work on next. So as you're prioritizing, keep this in mind. The choice of idea matters less than making it work. Don't overthink it. Just pick an idea, move forward with it. That's it. That's how I'm generating product ideas. Pretty simple, right? Now it's your turn. It's time to go out and tickle the idea taint and build your own product backlog so that you have a full stuff of things to do so that you can start making that money and getting that money and then getting your ass out of the corporate meat grinder like me. You want to be like me, right? Like me. Yes, you do. The answer is yes. You want to be like me. Join the club. Speaking of building your way out of corporate America, go watch this video to see how I'm doing it in 2026. See you next time.